All right, so here we have the map function. This is just a quest. That's the radio, so that's definitely not it. Oh, and I think I figured out the settings. Okay, so if I do that, and then and then I press this. Oh, look at that, yay! Oh! It worked, here you go. Now we're welcoming my new 2025 Defender 110, and this one, as you noticed, is quite different and quite special. All right guys, welcome back to Exotic Car Hacks, and in today's episode of The Apocalypse is almost upon us, the war is continuing, and everyone and their sister should own a Defender. And if you're gonna own a Defender and the apocalypse is actually coming, you should own the coolest Defender that money has ever created. And so one that works with the Pip-Boy 3000 as found in Fallout. Now, you know, the Defender, and by the way, that was a joke. If you actually thought the Pip-Boy 3000 activated the Defender before someone actually retarded enough on the internet asks me, how did that activate that? This is from a movie. So I just want to take a moment, and this is just going to take a moment. We're going to go sideline here for a second. There are some of you here on the internet that don't just believe in conspiracy theories, but are mentally retarded. Now, when I say retarded, I'm not saying it like the actual, you know, bad thing that you were born retarded. You unfortunately haven't developed enough, so when someone plays a joke on you or says something like that could obviously be a joke, you don't have a way to decipher it from reality, and it's not a conspiracy theory. So I wanted to take a moment to sideline that this is from a movie called Fallout, and it does not control the Defender. And if you did believe that, you should probably watch different YouTube channels than this one, because the Defender is probably not going to be in your life a vehicle that you enjoy, acquire, or do anything with. It's very likely that a Hyundai or a Honda, something with an H would probably be better for you. Anyways, back to the Defender conversation. This is a Defender 110 2025, and it's basically the highest level of couture and fuck you factor that exists in a Defender anywhere. This is not a stock Defender. This is not an urban Defender. This is called the Artemis K2 Defender. And it is fucking gloriously good looking. And let me tell you that. The first thing is that the Artemis K2 is so much more than wider fender flares and a couple of lights. It is the quality of some of these parts and the way they all come together. So let's start from the front, and let me take you through what the K2 kit does here on the Defender. So on the front end, you'll notice the incredible light pattern. Take a look at this. Not only you got the new LED lights, very similar to the Urban, the gigantic, very well-crafted grille, and the light bar, very similar to the newer Defender Octa, but way prettier in my opinion. Headlights stay the same. You then follow with this very, very wide, very OEM, obviously, fender flare. These top lights that obviously activate as necessary. The very nice stepstone that is also the stepping board that is very similar, of course, to what the urban cars are. And these wheels. And these wheels work in a way that I can't explain. They are just so good. They're like amazing. And the car has very subtle hints of Artemis here all over it, including this badging that is very clean, clear, and not so obstructive, something that maybe Brabus can learn from this car manufacturer. But then in addition to that, you get this, look at the carbon fiber, dry carbon. It's just really, really pretty, like very, very well done. And look, the Artemis logo again, very subtle, very well put. The quality and craftsmanship of the parts on this are spectacular. Like, it has very high couture, high vibration, high feel, and I love it. You get these very cool tail lights that accentuate the rear. You get this amazing, again, extra tire. And then if we go to the other side of the car, this thing continues. It's absolutely amazingly good looking. you kind of, again, this package and the way it came together with this color just came out amazing. Look at this box. Not only you get a box, this is a table, it folds down. So just a very, oh, he's doing something, sorry. Anyway, so it's just very, very, very exciting and very well done. And again, the logos, this is something I really appreciate about this, the Artemis company. The logos are just so well done without being too in your face. They're subtle, they seem high-end, and it just works. On the inside, everything else is generically the same. I mean, this one comes in this very cool bronze color. This is a factory color. And then with this very light and beautiful greenish interior, and these are just, again, the plastic is just made in this kind of gray white. Very, very good looking car on the inside. Not really much changes in the engine. The suspension has been lowered slightly to give it a more kind of like street look, but yet still off-road perfection look. And then on the inside here, and when we go driving, you'll kind of notice it more, a new carbon fiber steering wheel as part of the K2 kit. Now, I'm told these K2 kits cost roughly 38 grand or so. I don't know there's 38 grand worth of parts here on this car, but nonetheless, I still think it's very well done, regardless of the price. So, you know, if you're paying 38 grand for it, maybe it doesn't feel that good, but I do believe that there's a lot of value here, as this is, in my opinion, one of the best looking Defenders I've ever seen on the road. So, you know, Artemis K2 kit for anyone that wants to hit them up and basically get to add this to your personal, you know, Defender. Look at how cool the grille is, and the way it just all works together. It's just really, really well done, and I really, really like the little attention to details, even down to the 110 in silver, matching kind of the silver bottom here, it matching the letters. Like, it's all coming together very, very well, and this is by far, like I said, the prettiest Defender out there. So let's go for a drive real quick, and let's see if the Artemis K2 signature truck drives any better than the factory one. This is a 2025 inline six. I also have this in a V8, which is very different. We'll talk about the differences between the two. The V8 one is for sale at Exotics Hunter, so do check that one out, exoticshunter.com, if you want to see the white variation of this that is for sale. Also a very hot truck in V8. We're going to talk about why specifically decided to keep the six-cylinder one, not so much the eight-cylinder one. But let's have that conversation in the car. So if you want to go ahead and join me, and we'll go for a quick drive. You know, so on the inside of the car, the actual K2 package doesn't change that much. The only real difference in terms of what you get from a regular Defender is this amazing carbon fiber steering wheel by Plum. And it's really well done. The steering wheel feels right, the quality's high, and it's really like just a good steering wheel, but it isn't much different than what the original steering wheel is in the Defender, just slightly enhanced variation of it. So again, you know, one of the things with this car specifically is, in order to review the K2 Artemis Defender, you're technically reviewing either a six-cylinder Defender or a V8, because they do this K2 kit on both the V8 and the inline six, and I actually have both. So in this case, I can say one thing generally, or generically, I should say, when it comes to the Defender, because we've done one of the most popular reviews on the Defender on the internet. If you actually look it up, we've done it on this channel when I originally got my 110. I've always argued this, and a lot of people disagree with me. The Defender doesn't have to be a V8 in order to be a great car. As a matter of fact, I believe that the original R8 Audi in a V8 is also better than the V10. And I also believe that the Defender as an inline six is also better than the Defender as a V8. Now, when we say better, it's kind of subjective, because the argument is, well, it's faster if it's an actual like V8, and it's also subjectively more agile and drivable if it's a V8. So why is the inline six so much better, or the V6, or whatever you call these engines? All right, really give a shit. And I think that as a car, and as what you get, the gas mileage, the usability, the driving in the rain, I just don't think it needs a V8. And I've argued this about the Escalade too. I thought the Escalade was a better car as a non-V Series than the V Series when it came to the actual driving dynamics and what you got for the price you got it. So I don't know that the V8 and the extra gas and everything is necessarily better for this car in terms of what the car really is and what it's supposed to do. In my particular experience with these cars, and I've owned like now 4 Defenders back to back, I've found a couple of things to be true. Darker colors look better than anything else. The interiors and the engines and the cars are incredibly reliable, incredibly more reliable than any other Range Rover. And the only other thing I found really about these is that it doesn't need more power. It just needs more stuff on it to look cooler. But you know, Lexus has tried this with their new GX series. The Bronco tried this with his Broadland series. Everyone's trying to give this apocalyptic kind of vehicles a try in their brand. Any other car can do what the Defender does as well as it does it. It's still usable every day. It looks fantastic. It's very, very usable. It's got good power, and the gas mileage is super reasonable for daily drivability. And it's got a lot of space. It's got a lot of space. The interior is incredibly good looking, durable, and everything in it just works really well. So, you know, I don't know if I have a better way to say you should absolutely own a Defender generally, but my view here from a quality standpoint on the Artemis parts is that Urban does a really, really cool Defender, so does Overfinch, and now Artemis. And I've owned all three of these cars. And so I can tell you that the Artemis is by far the more superior opportunity as it pertains to a modified and excitingly modified Defender. From the table in the back, to the rails, to the carbon fiber ladder, it's just the level of detail, the level of quality, and the finesse of it has all that couture insignia on a car that really should be rugged and plastic and who gives a shit. But this car just works really well. Even the design on the wheels with the plum just rotating there on the, as the car rolls, similar to rolls, but it's just done so well. It's done with such high quality. And so, you know, do I think that it's worth the 40 grand cost to do a K2 kit? Honestly, you can buy a really cool Defender for roughly 50 to 60 grand. So let's say you bought a really nice Defender and send it to get done up correctly. I do think it would definitely be worth the money to have it done. And I do think that there has never been a cooler car that I've gotten more compliments on out of all of my Defenders. Not Urban, not Overfinch. People somehow gravitate towards the Artemis more than any other car I've seen, and the quality of the parts are second to none. So, you know, as it's for me, I'm definitely sold on what this brand was about. I've now experienced it. This is my second time I bought the same car back. I've experienced it, I enjoy it, and I also have the V8, so I can tell you that, again, maybe the V8 is worth it if you only have one car, but if this is a daily driver or one of your many cars, I'm still a believer that the Defender is better as a 6. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully you like the review. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notification, and I will catch you next time here at Exotic Car Hacks. But don't forget, if you want to learn how to hack cars again, all you have to do is click the link in the description and take the free training, or click the link and actually join Exotic Car Hacks. It's only $100, so you really don't have much to lose, and the opportunity for you to grow and continuously learn how to get in and out of cars without losing money is priceless. So there you have it. I'll catch you next time, and I still don't know how to take this off, so we're gonna have a little bit of a problem figuring that out. Anyways, catch you guys soon.